I'm about to introduce you to 5 creatures that don't need claws or fangs to destroy you. They use something far more devastating, your own mind. These aren't your typical monsters from fairy tales. These are psychological predators that have haunted human consciousness for millennia. Think you can handle it? Think your mind is strong enough? Let's find out. Let us begin with something all have experienced, or believe they have experienced. The Persian backtack is a malevolent spirit that sits upon your chest as you sleep, paralyzing your body as your mind awakens in terror. Backtack is the absolute master of dream manipulation. No, it doesn't merely cause nightmares, it hijacks your mind during sleep and creates infinite false realities. Imagine awakening relieved from a terrible nightmare. You rise, visit the washroom, drink water, and then perceive that something is amiss. The walls are slightly askew. Your reflection in the mirror blinks a second after you blink. You awaken again. But this time, your dwelling is completely different. Awaken once more. Now you're in your childhood home. Again, you are in a place you have never seen in your life. The question the backtack wishes you to ask yourself is simple. How many times have you awakened today? Are you absolutely certain that you are awake now? The Arabian jinn are masters of psychological manipulation through your own desires. Forget these tales of lamp genies granting 3 wishes. True jinn are entities that perceive your deepest needs, your most intimate fears, and use them to destroy you from within. They do not grant what you ask, they grant what you secretly desire, even if it be something terrible. Especially if it be something terrible. You know that horrible thought that sometimes crosses your mind? The one you push away immediately, horrified at yourself for thinking such a thing. Pizza. The jinn knows, and it shall make it reality. The true terror is realizing that deep down, you wanted it to happen. The jinn merely revealed who you truly are, beneath all your morality and self-control. It transforms you into the monster you always were, but never had the courage to admit. The Japanese Gashadokuro represents something even more terrible. Trauma that transcends generation. This giant skeleton is formed from the bones of those who died of starvation, abandonment, societal neglect. It is not merely a monster, it is the physical manifestation of collective guilt. Imagine carrying not only your own traumas, but the traumas of your entire lineage. The Gashadokuro doesn't attack randomly. It pursues those who are connected, even remotely, to those responsible for the original suffering. You may be a good person, but if your ancestors caused pain, the monster comes to collect the emotional debt. The Inuit Kalupalik is perhaps the most psychologically cruel. It steals not merely children, but all the potential they represent. This aquatic creature kidnaps children and takes them to live eternally at the bottom of the sea. But here lies the real terror. The children do not die. They remain preserved forever, yet never grow, never realize their dreams, never become who they could have been. For parents, 'tis the worst nightmare possible. Knowing your child lives but forever beyond reach, forever an unrealized possibility. But here's the most disturbing question. How many of us have already been kidnapped by life's metaphorical kalupalik? How many are preserved at the bottom of emotional seas, never growing, never becoming who they could have been? And this brings us to the most psychologically devastating creature of all. The Irish Banshee is the terror of anticipation. She doesn't kill, doesn't harm, doesn't attack. She simply announces, and that's infinitely worse. Imagine knowing with absolute certainty that someone you love will die. Not might die, or will die someday. Will die soon. And you can't do anything to prevent it. And then comes the most cruel part. The waiting. You know it will happen, but you don't know when. Each phone call might be the news. Each time the person leaves home might be the last time you see them. The Banshee transforms time into torture. Every moment of joy is contaminated by the certainty of coming loss. It's the purest psychological terror, knowing you'll lose everything you love and having to continue living normally until it happens. 5 creatures. 5 fundamental fears of the human psyche. But did you notice something interesting? None of these creatures need claws, fangs, or supernatural strength. The greatest terror comes from within. They simply activate fears that already existed in our minds. And if that's true, then the question isn't, do these creatures exist? The question is, which of them is active in your mind right now? While you think about that, hit that subscribe button, and after that tell me, which of these creatures messed with your head the most?